Hi guys, and welcome back to Ed's Shed. I'm going to talk about the change to my Harley. I changed the windscreen on it. I'll show you what I did there. I think I've still got the remnants of that. Remember the toolbox from the last video? I emptied that. I'll show you what I found in that. And we've got two books. We've got a review of two books that are biking and camping related. So let's go. It's shed time. Okay, right. Wait there. Right, my original shield on my windshield on my Harley was too high, and I was getting a lot of buffeting. I apologise if I look really tired, but we've got 4 puppies. They are 5 weeks old, and they are a lot to handle 24/7. Anyway, it was too high. Someone said to me, well, why don't you cut it down then? I didn't do that. I bought another screen. I bought the aftermarket screen and I've put it on the bike now. I'll show you that in a minute, but first of all, what I'll do is I'll show you what I did to my old screen. Now, my old screen was, I think about it was an 8-inch screen, and I was getting a bit of buffet in there, not like, but just a bit of, you know, the patter that you get on your crash helmet. I was getting that. I tried the new screen. It's better, but I thought it's better when you get to certain speeds. You find that because of the aerodynamics, I'm going to waffle a bit now, because of the aerodynamics, you'll get buffeting at varying levels or non-buffeting at varying levels, depending on what speed you're going. That's obvious because of the airflow over the bike. Anyway, so what I did was, apart from nearly stabbed myself in the knee, I got my old screen and I cut it down. It was that big, and now it's that big. Let me do that again. So what I did was, I didn't just cut a big circle around it, I kind of shaped it. Yeah, so it was that big, and I cut about, and I made it kind of shaped. You can see the shape. And that is about, he says, desperately looking around for a tape measure of some kind, which you can't find. So that is, look, it's about as big as my thumb tip there. So that's about an inch. Yeah, the old Roman ways of measuring, it's about an inch, and that's about an inch. And I cut an inch off. I didn't just cut it round all the way around. I thought I'd shape it, because when you look at the Harley screens these days, they're all shaped to kind of that shape. So that's what I did. I shaped it, and I tried it. What I found was, it was slightly better. It was slightly better. It was, but it wasn't. When I was going along, when this was the full screen, it's kind of that angle on the bike. It's kind of nearly upright, and I weren't very happy. It was causing the front end to dive down the faster you went. Whereas the aftermarket screen, which I'll show you in a minute, it's on the bike now. That didn't wallow. I couldn't wallow in at high speed. It just kept stable, and it was very, very good. I thought that shape, that would, I don't know what I thought. What am I, an aerodynamics expert? No. So anyway, that's what I did. Right, let's show you the screen that I put back on. there we go. We're going over to the bike now. This is the screen. Like I said, it's an aftermarket screen. I think it was £25 on Amazon. Where else? I don't choose Amazon over eBay. I don't choose Amazon over eBay. I just don't. I go to wherever I think it's going to be a good deal, and where I think that I could send it back if I didn't like it. And I've got a kind of a mistrust of eBay. I don't know where it comes from, but it's just that nagging doubt in the back of my mind. In saying that, all the cheap shit from China that I've bought has all been from Amazon. So anyway, here we go. This is the screen, and that is the shape. So that shape there, I tried kind of replicating that with the screen that I cut down. Let's see if I can get round, because you can see, let's try and get round the back there. Hold on a second. Now there you go, that's the screen, and you see where it's kind of shaped like that, and it's got that flip up bit there. And I think that makes a lot of difference when you're on the bike. Well, I think it does, because it kind of works. I mean, it's solid enough, and it's got that shape there, and it's kind of, you could just about make out that recess there. But it works for me. It works for me. It's the right height for what I want. I think that's it. Right now, I'm having trouble getting this back out, but there you go. It's all part of the filmography, guys. Let's put it back down. So I'm happy with that screen. I found a tape measure. Right, I said an inch. Well, it's actually, I'm going to show you this. It's about 1.5 inches. Yeah, so 1.5 inches. So, if ever I've been bragging about it's being however many inches long. Completely other subject altogether. Fisherman's tales and all that. Yes, it's a couple of inches long, missus. Cheers. Anyway, on we go. This box, it's still the headlight. I've not put it on. I don't know what to do about it. I really, really don't. I've heard these scare stories about the LED headlamps and how hot they get, and I just don't know. I really don't know. I need somebody to advise me on that. So please, LED headlamps, the Daymaker headlamps, aftermarket ones for a Harley, good, bad, ugly, worth it, not worth it, put it on, don't put it on. I need some advice on that. I'm even getting different advice from dealers and people that know about this sort of thing. So it just confuses me senseless. Anyway. Right, the toolbox. Do you remember the toolbox? I said to you, I'm going to empty this toolbox. We'll find out what's in it. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I've got it all out on here. I'm going to show you what's in it. Ready? You ready? I'm just so pleased. I'm so pleased. All right, there we go. There's all these spanners. They're all like 7/8, 3/4. They're all English size. They're all brilliant for my bike. There was a lot of bulbs there. Also, what about this? What about this? It is. Let me get that. You see that? Yeah. It's a socket wrench. Old-fashioned thing. There's the insert for it. Yeah. You put it in one way. It undoes. Take it out. Put it on the other side, and it does that. It's just so really good. Solid stuff. Also, this tiny pair of wire cutters. Oh, I needed a pair of those. There was so much stuff in there that I thought, you know, that's just so bloody useful. I'm so pleased. And the box itself, well, the box itself, let me put you back down. You know, the box itself, it's not that good, it's not that clever. I am a tin basher, I've done engineering, so I can play with that and I could sort of deal with that. But little sockets in there, this socket, I've not got a socket this big down the old short lookers. It's an inch socket, I've not got an inch socket. What do we got there? We've got 7/8 socket. All these things will be just so useful. Anyway, I've blabbled on there. Right, over to the next thing. First, cup of tea. How are we all doing? You doing alright? How are you? You good? Hope you're good. Are you good? Me? Yeah, fine. Yeah, just ticking along nicely, as they say. Coping with what's coming my way. Or not. Right, book review. I'm speeding through these subjects today, absolutely running through these subjects today. But we're back on the camping thing. We've done the thing about the Harley windscreen. I like the one that's on it. I'm not going to show you, I'm not going to tell you which one it is, because it really is trial and error with a Harley screen. You have to get it, you have to try it. If you don't like it, well, shit or bust. You have to do it again. But that's why I cut the top off of that screen. You really have to try it and dabble and play. And the guys with the, I've gone back on the screens now, you see, hello. The guys with the Indians and the Yamahas and all those, they've got adjustable screens, electronically or manually, whatever it does. Harley, please give us adjustable screens. Plenty of room and fairing. Make it so. Make it so. Well, they can't actually, got that vent in the new ones, haven't you? So, well, but you'll deal with it. Deal with it. Adjustable screens. It's not hard. Honda have had it for years and years on that, whatever thing. Anyway, right, so let's get back to what we're talking about. Books, camping books. Actually, there's two books. I'll do one book first, and I'll do the camping thing last. Okay, because I'll stay on the bike theme for now, and I'll do the camping thing last. So, you know, it's all going this morning. But good and good afternoon, by the way. It is 12:10 on Thursday, Wednesday, whatever day this is, afternoon in good old England. Right, on the bike theme first. Oh, this is a good book. This is a good book. If you're into, it says Bikers Britain the Tours. Bikers Britain the Tours. Well, what it is, it was £3 off of Amazon. It's done by the Ride, recommended by Ride magazine. And what it is, it's full of, let me show you the opening page. Right, the opening page is that. Alright, okay, alright, got that? What it does, it will take you, gives you a few introductions and packing and parking and bike preparation and whether you want to go in a group or not, or on your own, or there's tips and trips and whatever. It's full of interesting places to stop around the UK, Wales, Scotland. Right, but essentially what this does is this. It will take you for a ride. Not like that. Yeah, I like this one. This is the South. It's called the South Wold Loop. Okay, South Wold Loop. Got me down visor. It's a route loop. It's 110 miles in distance, so it's easily done in a day. And what it is, it's the east of England, and it's that's what it is. It gives you the start point, end point, and it gives you a map of where to go. And it will tell you start finish via whatever distance, riding time, approximate riding time. So if you're out for a bimble or a ride out in the daytime or at a weekend, this ain't a bad thing to have. You know, you say, oh, let's do that route today. Let's do that. Depending on whatever part of the world you're living in, I think it's a really good idea. Some people, I'm guilty of this. I'm guilty of this. That you're sitting there on a Sunday morning or a Saturday morning or any other day in the morning if you work shifts and all that. The sun's belting down. Oh, it's a really nice day. It's real motorbiking day, and you're thinking, right, let's go for a ride. Just go out. Let's just go for a ride. And like me, you've got on your bike and you've bimbled out and you just ended up nowhere and then come back again. It's taken you about 2 hours and you think, oh, where the bloody hell did I go? Nowhere really. But it was a nice ride, so I've done it. Well, what this does, it shows you somewhere different. The Woodstock Loop. There you go. And that is round Banbury, Stone. I mean, that area there. That area there is, I don't know if you can make it out, but it's a fantastic. I highly recommend Stow-on-the-Wold, Stratford-upon-Avon, Warwick, Tewkesbury, Woodstock, all that area. It's fantastic motorcycle country, and if you've never driven your bike around there, do it, because it's brilliant. You've got ups, downs, rounds, and it's absolutely fantastic countryside. Scenery's there, everything. But it's all in this book. So, what I'll say is, and it's southwest England. You've got all the areas, northern England, the Scarborough Loop. Who wouldn't want to do the Scarborough Loop, for God's sake? Of course, in the north you've got the Pennines and all them. You've got Welsh Wales. The Aberystwyth Loop. I'm sorry for the Welsh people if I pronounced that wrong, but the Aberystwyth Loop is a bit of a strange one. It kind of goes. I don't know what kind of loop that is, but it's a kind of strange one. Hold on, the phone's ringing. Private number. I have to ring back. Private number. Ring back. Anyway, right. So we'll get to the end. Oh God, I said so. Start the word. The Inverness Loop. Oh, you know, I've always wanted to do an Inverness Loop. Very, very good friend of mine lives in Inverness. She's lovely. Right. Also, long tours. Up and down the country. And you can literally go from one end of the country to the other. You've got a relaxed tour, high mile tour, and the Diamond Ride, which I mean, they're just long tours. The Dover High Mile route is a 2-day. It's a 1 day, but it's 100 miles in the morning and 110 miles in the afternoon. So it's a fair old way. The one that I like the look of, I don't like the look at it, but I think it's going to be well worth doing. It's a 3-day. It's a Maxis Diamond Ride, a 3-day thing. 70 miles in the morning, 110 in the afternoon on day 3. Day 4. How many days is this? How many days? Oh, I should have done this before I opened the book, shouldn't I? Day 6. Day 6. Day 8. Day 8. Day 8. Day 8. Right. So according to this book, it's an 8-day trip. Right. If you're going to go away 8 days, you're going to do a lot of camping, and you're going to do all the motorbike stuff that we love doing. getting all the stuff on the bike, getting out there. It's all planned in here. Your route's all planned. You're not even going to sort your route out. The camping areas, look on the route, do your research, find the camping places. There's an app you can get. Let me just get back to that. There's an app you can get for your phone. I'll get it up. If I can get it up. So save. Bear with me a second. Maps. Oh, I wish I'd found this first now. There you are, Site Seeker. It's called Site Seeker. All right. I'll there you go. It's that one there. Site Seeker. And that, when you get it up, you have to log in and all this. But look, it's a camping and caravan site. And what it does, it gives you all the camping and caravan sites that you can, wherever you're going, you can just look it up and there you go. In the back of the book, there's the legend to tell you what the signs mean. You know what they mean anyway. Also, a distance chart. It gives you its distance and time. So if you was going, I don't know, wherever to wherever, it'd say that from, it's got an example, for example, the 370-mile journey between Glasgow and Norwich should take around 7 hours 28 minutes. And it's got that there, it's got an example of how to do that. So you can plan your route. If you don't want to follow this day by day thing, but you know where you're going, you can do it all on there. Brilliant book. So I would recommend, if you're going touring on your motorbike, I would recommend this book. It's not a bad book. It's about £3 on Amazon. It was £12.99. So for £3 you've saved a lot of money. It's a lot of information in there and you might just use it. Now, was that a review or was that a review? Huh? That's good, wasn't it? Oh, I need some tea after that. That kind of went on, didn't it? I was so pleased with my tools. So pleased. There was all sorts of, there was a couple of files in there. There was nines of little hacksaw blades. What else? There was the adjustable chain wrench. If you know what one of those is. One of these. Yeah? You don't see these anymore. Brilliant stuff. And look, you just put your thing in there, put your nut in there, and it adjusts. Yeah. Oh, it's the best tool. You should have one of these in your breakdown kit. It's that good. And now I've said that, I'm gonna put it on the tools on my bike. Right, more tea. I keep looking that way because I'm in the shed now. I'm looking into the conservatory where the puppies have been decamped. Right? Is that decamped? They've been decamped from one area of the house into the conservatory. The conservatory is now theirs. It's puppies, and all the mess and fun that puppies bring. Anyway, let's move on. I mean, you know me, I like to cook. I like to get the stove out and do a bit of camping cooking. I've done some stove reviews. I've even got some more stuff coming on order for the Trangia stove. I've also got another thing that holds the thing, but as soon as they arrive, I'll do a video on them and there'll be a review. I bought those things. I get a lot of pain sometimes. I won't go into what's wrong with me because that's boring. You're not really interested in that. I don't care. But I was in a lot of pain just over a week ago, and I was on Oromorph, the oral morphine solution, for 4 days. And in that 4 days, I managed to order this book, that book, and the 2 other items off of Amazon without without knowing it. I've also ordered some inline fuses without knowing it. I didn't realise I'd done it. So the lesson there is, if I'm feeling like shit and I'm on the Oromorph, take the bloody any equipment I've got to order off of Amazon, because I can't afford it. I ain't got the money. so there's a lesson. There's a lesson there. Anyway, there's a lesson for me. So right. The Camping Cookbook. The Camping Cookbook. Quick and tasty recipes for delicious outdoor cooking. And there you go, there's a picture of 4 people and they're doing all this delicious camping cooking. I don't think that would be in this country, or it might be in this country. Got a pile of rocks in the middle of a wood, middle of a plain, open plain. They got the camping stove, and they've got the flame. They got the flames going, right? And she's holding that metal rack thing with her bare hands. And he looks like he's got the container there, nearly over the flames as well. I mean, I'm not an intelligent person, I don't think, but even I know you can't hold metal over flames with your bare hands without it going, "Ooh, that hurts." Oh, and by the way, I lost a bit of my fingerprint on that finger yesterday. A mate of mine said to me, he said, "Can you come and have a look at my bike?" He's working away at me. He said, "Come and have a look at my bike." He said, "The keys in it." He said, "Just come down and have a look at it." Gone down there. It's an old bike. Started it, and it just wasn't running. You couldn't keep it running on choke. You couldn't keep it running without choke. It was running like a bag of nails. It really was. You know, coughing and spluttering and blobbing away. So I thought, right, well, I'll see what cylinders are working. And the only way of doing that is to touch the exhaust. It's not the only way of doing it, but it's the quickest way, isn't it? You know, touch the exhaust. Number 1 nearest to me, if the front of my bike was to the left, number 1 nearest to me was warm, so it was coughing and spluttering on that one. Number 2 was stone cold, so nothing on number 2. Number 3 took the skin off my finger. It was that hot. It was the only one firing on a 4-cylinder bike, because number 4 was just iffy and batty. So yeah, so lesson learned. If you're going to touch cylinders, don't spit on them, as they say. Or squirt water at the exhaust. If it sizzles, it's hot. Anyway, back to this cooking book. I was very intrigued by it. Once I saw the cover, I thought, oh, how good is this going to be? If that's the kind of shit they put on the cover, how good is this book going to be? Anyway, visor down. Let's have a look. Open it up, and you got pictures of people camping or cooking. They got various parts. The same stone fire. I don't know how long it goes. Contents: getting started, breakfast, all things sweet, printed in China. Now this book, printed in China, and it was about £2.80, something like that. I think I checked, £2.80. So this is cheap shit from China. It is actually cheap shit from China. Right, there's a forward there. Now I don't know, like I said, they've got some camping going on with the camper van and the grill and all that. It's really good. That's the guy who done the forward by him. I don't know what the forward is. Right, getting started. What to take. Now, presuming you've got a camper van or a car, this isn't. You'd have to scramble this down for a bike, because what to take is all of that. Us bikers don't take all of that. There's a cool box there as well. Equipment list. A grater. Oh, I won't go through all this because the equipment list is 35 items. Hints and tips Hints and tips for pitching your tent. What that got to do with cooking? And there you go. There's a couple of blokes and a girl. They're pitching a tent rather badly. You've got campsite cooking over a campfire, and it's the same group of kids. Don't forget your checklist. Toilet rolls, matches, talk, bin bags. Right, let's have a look at one of the what could be easier than bacon butties? You need softened butter, olive oil, a tomato slice, which is optional, sauce of your choice, brown or tomato, or mustard, and pepper. That's easy enough, isn't it? Well, I don't know if you need that in a recipe book. Breakfast bagels. What I found with this book is that it really, the further you got into it, I just don't think it was the kind of thing you do while you're camping. I really don't. Crispy bacon and spinach salad. Right, it says, this can be done over a frying pan, over a campfire, stove or barbecue. Who's trying to ring me all the bloody time? Private number. And that's the theme of it. It says stove, barbecue or open fire. Peas with baby onions. Campfire chips. Bean burgers. Chicken and apricot casserole. I think I'd rather see this book that was aimed at people who have got the basic gear. They've got a stove, because some of these recipes it says boil water while you're doing this, and people like us, this book isn't meant for people like us, motorcyclists who go away. It's meant for cars, campers and people such like that, because it says boil water while you're frying the onions, for argument's sake, or boil water while you're frying this, that and the other. Well, you can't do that. You've got to do one or the other. You boil the water or you fry the onions. What I found when I was cooking, I would get my food cooked and I'd want a cup of tea afterwards or a cup of coffee afterwards. So after I got my food cooked, I would then get my little camping kettle and I'd put that on the stove. Then while I was eating my food, the water would boil, because it takes about 1.5 minutes for water to boil in a camping stove, camping kettle. So that's what I do. So the result is for me anyway. That's about it. I better go and answer my phone, I suppose. Oh, excuse me. So, happy days. Wimbledon and Glastonbury are over now, so the sun's going to come back out again. People, don't book holidays at Wimbledon and Glastonbury time, because it rains, rains, rains. Don't do it. There's my tip for the day. Right, stay good and stay clear of the loonies. There's plenty of them. Don't become one of them. See you next time.